Okay, welcome to the June 13th Board of Cemetery Trustees monthly meeting. I want to start with the minutes from May. Are there any questions to the minutes? Any comments or adjustments? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Abstain.
All right, one abstain. Could you spell that for me? Okay. All right, let's start with our... Okay. Motion approved, okay.
Start typing in your phone, I'll correct you.
Let's go with the financial report from our friends from Horizon Bank.
Sure. Start on the summary page, first page. At the top, permanent maintenance Greenwood account. And in the month of May, nothing really to report in that account other than the fact that it was up 0.19% for the month. And year to date, it's up 0.97%. The permanent maintenance Swan Lake account, just underneath that, up 0.18% for the month of May and up 0.89 year to date. The extension fund is up 0.20% in May and year to date is up 1.02%. And the merchandise and commissions fund is up 0.17% in May and up 0.63% year to date. At the end of this month, we'll be pushing out the income distributions as well to the cemetery, so you'll see those numbers at the meeting next month. Go to the third page to get into the accounts themselves. First is permanent maintenance Greenwood. We didn't make any changes to the assets in that account. But at the bottom, you can see the one CD is the very top one, the Capital One Bank CD, fluctuates with the market as things go up and down, but as long as we hold it to maturity, we'll get the full return. Other than that, everything's holding steady in that account along the lines of rates are concerned, but overall it's at a 2.764. That's down slightly from 2.769 last month, so just slightly down. Next page, permanent maintenance Swan Lake. Again, we see similar rates overall, but at the very bottom of the page, that last CD listed is a new CD that we purchased last month in that account, the Modern Bank CD at 2.7%. The maturity is in 2024. And overall, that account has a return of 2.641%. That is up slightly from 2.612. Extension fund. No changes were made to the assets there. Again, we see a slight dip in the total return. It's at a 2.774%, and that's from 2.782 last month, so slight dip there. And the last page, the merchandise fund. No change in those assets either. Again, we have a slight dip. It's at 2.441% right now. That's down from 2.466% last month. So any questions on any of that before Brian gives a little information about the market overall? Nope. Brian?
Okay, thanks, Chad. Just talk quickly about U.S. Treasury rates. They're dropping. A 2-year Treasury note yields 1.84% right now, and a 10-year Treasury note yields 2.9%. 2.09, I should say. So those yields have dropped quite a bit since the last couple months, really. Economic data is worsening. So we're seeing a slowing growth in the U.S. economy, and we're also seeing inflation expectations go lower. CPI, Consumer Price Index, was just released yesterday, and that showed a slight decline from the prior month as well, year over year for prices. So when growth slows down and inflation expectations get lowered, that typically pulls yields lower, and that's what's taking place right now. We also have things like a trade war going on that creates a lot of uncertainty, and then people move money into risk-free assets like U.S. Treasuries, and that pushes yields down too. We might get some more clarity at the end of the month of June on that. There's a G20 meeting in Japan where the leaders of the G20 meet and discuss various issues, but one of the issues expected to be discussed is Xi Jinping of China and President Trump talking about trade. So we'll see what happens there. As far as the Federal Reserve and interest rates go, they set the short-term interest rates with the Fed funds rate, and they meet next week. As they meet next week, the market expects about a 25% chance that they'll lower interest rates. That's up quite a bit. We went into the beginning of this year, the market expected there might be one interest rate increase. And at this point, we're talking about potentially 3 interest rate cuts by January of 2020. So
You're saying 3?
Yeah, possibly 3. As it stands right now, it's about a 57% chance that in September we'll have 2 cuts. So the market is sensing the changing outlook for growth and inflation, and they're pricing in new expectations for that. So unfortunately, that might mean things start to drop in terms of the yields in the portfolio. But you'll still see some market value appreciation under that scenario too, so hopefully the two will offset. That is it, really. Does anybody have any questions about interest rates or where things are heading?
Yeah.
All right. Thank
That's
you,
it.
everyone.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on our operating receipts or for this month? Okay, see you, Brian.
Bye.
Bye. No comments? Anything? Anything? See anything? Just basic.
I see Greenwood big money.
Yes. Okay. Hearing no comments, do we have a motion to approve financial reports? Approve the financial reports.
Make a motion. Second.
Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, next on the agenda is our superintendent's report.
No.
Mr.
Bills.
Oh, bills, excuse me, bills. Okay. Mark, would you take care of the bills for us?
Okay, we have reimbursement to Superintendent Tomczyk, $321.77 for flowers. Harris Precast Foundations, $1,870. Cable and Ace Hardware miscellaneous items, $91.05. Knoll Brothers Gasoline and Diesel, $1,240.14. Matthews International Markers Granite Order, $12,045.75. NIPSCO, $393.90. Republic Waste Hauler, $1,531.33. Riggs Mowers, repair to a mower at Swan Lake, $915.74. And water and sewage, $688.56. Permanent maintenance receipts, $729.25. Greenwood, $225. Swan Lake, $504.25. Extension fund receipts, $1,356. $4,090.25. Merchandise receipts, $4,090.52 for a total of $6,176.02. And those are the reading of the bills, Mr. Vice President.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions about any of the bills? Hearing none, do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I make a motion to pay the bills.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. All right, let's try it this time. Superintendent report, Mr. Tomczak?
Mr. Tomczak.
Before Memorial Day, in Swan Lake and Greenwood, we belong to what's known as Indiana Cemetery Association. And we got a letter from the executive director, Casey Miller. I just want to read it real quick. Good morning. This was on May 22nd at 8 in the morning. Needless to say, this Memorial Day is going to be a challenge as over 75% of the state is receiving rain on already saturated soil conditions. Yesterday, Evansville enjoyed temps in the 80s, while those of us in the northern part of the state struggled to reach the 50s. Our mowing crew has been asked to work right up to Monday, and hopefully that will do the trick in getting our park ready for one of the most important days of the year. Regardless of our challenges, we will be ready for this important weekend, and I sincerely hope that this Memorial Day is meaningful and rewarding for you all. It's been throughout the state this year as far as the weather conditions and saturated grounds, and so that's where I'm going. Now me. Memorial Day was the wettest month of May on record. According to a lot of the weather people, and Tom Skelling and them said this is the worst, or the wettest May ever on record. So we've had a ton of rain, and I've had quite a bit of it in my basement, by the way. Since Memorial Day. Yeah. Greenwood was only cut, in the past we've cut Greenwood before Memorial Day, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. This time we only got it cut before Memorial Day 1.5 times. Not just because of the weather, but because we couldn't find anybody to do it. I actually was out there cutting a few times on the riding mower to get caught up a little bit. The string trimmed the cemetery twice though, and with our small mowers around each stone, we did that twice. We did the parade route in the cemetery and the areas by the GAR monument and the sections around the GAR monument, excuse me, were detailed before Memorial Day. So it would be, a good sight for everybody. We had a new employee grass cutter quit, worked for 1 week, day after Memorial Day. It was a 3-day no call, no show. He was an automatic quit. I've now scrambled to find a new employee to work on the grass machines, on the riding mowers. As you came in the front door, if you notice, we have run a thing in the front of our office here for the last couple of weeks to get some employees to go down to City Hall. We do have a young man starting on Monday the 17th at Greenwood, and he will be on a riding mower, and he has worked at the park department up in New Buffalo. He also goes to college. He'll be with us until probably mid-October. And then he'll go back to school, or mid-September, whenever he goes back.
August, usually.
Well, he's not a full-time, kind of like P&W or whatever that is out there. All the gardens were cut at Swan Lake before Memorial Day. Unfortunately, the outlying areas and around the mausoleums could not be cut too far out because there was just too much rain out there and the ground was so saturated on the outlying areas. All the markers were set at Swan Lake before Memorial Day. Foundations for monuments that were ready were also set at Greenwood. I went to the monument dealer, since there's only one now in the area, in LaPorte. I took the foundations that we had and I asked which ones were cut and ready to be set, because I couldn't see us wasting time for markers that weren't ready until later this summer. So we got all of them set that were cut and ready to go. We also got all the flowers planted before Memorial Day at both cemeteries, along with the flower fund geraniums. All 150 geraniums were planted. The decoration guide at Greenwood, the entrance to Greenwood Ave is ready to put back up. Time and weather permitting, we should have that up in the next week or so, all around the Greenwood entrance. I've talked to the railing people for the black iron railing at Swan Lake. It will be removed and it will be repaired, and the entire railing will be sanded and repainted. We had a broken water line in Sinai after the water was turned on the 1st of May. That has since been repaired, and the water was turned on before Memorial Day. We actually had to cap it, so we lost about 2 or 3 spigots that will not have water coming out of them anymore. The World War I circle, all the bushes but 2 were removed. They wanted the 2 behind the monument to stay to kind of offset the color of the monument. They have since put black dirt and seed out there. When we first started it, I went out and helped the post commander on our one tractor that we have in the back here. I pulled out 6 bushes. The next day he had a gentleman come in here with a bigger tractor, and they pulled out all the rest of the bushes around the circle. So World War I has been cleaned and detailed, and all done by the post members mostly. I received the commercial service application from NIPSCO for the gas line to the mausoleum. I filled it out and sent it back, waiting on a response. As soon as we get it, we will go forward when I receive the paperwork. I have been busy selling. I just sold out the last 2 crypts at Greenwood. The mausoleum is now totally sold out here at Greenwood. There are no crypts left in the building or out. I've also sold several of niches on the new glass-fronted niches inside. I also have a couple pending. And the final thing, I guess, I'm sure everybody has seen it, is the white elephant in the room. You know how to do that better than I do. Is the entrance.
That's Paul, if you're talking about him.
Yeah, you can just glide it back and forth. You want to look at them? The entrance was hit last Saturday.
Man. I'll just go back here.
Last Sunday morning at 4:15 in the morning. The person who hit it came up Decatur, and if he kept going, he would have hit the statue of Jesus Christ, which would have been a real challenge. But he swerved enough that he ran into our entrance, tore down, I don't know, 8 to 10 feet of it.
At least.
Not only did he tear it down, but he broke a lot of the marble. I mean, I don't know, so I, of course, went and got a police report on it. I also called the insurance company. I've talked with our rep. I just got a call before the meeting started from the insurance company itself. I have to call them in the morning as to see what we have. The gentleman that hit the fence is a young gentleman, 22. He did not pass the breathalyzer test, and of course, no insurance.
Another surprise.
The gentleman from the insurance company thought the way it looked in the neighborhood of maybe $8,000 to $10,000 worth of damage, if it can be repaired. The front flower box of it, or the front part of it, has been shifted off of the base, so it starts actually at Tilden and goes all the way back quite a ways. I've got a couple people over the next few days that will be coming in and hopefully giving me some. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Let me walk across the street. Giving us some idea of cost and if it can even be repaired. We had put the horses out there because we also had some young kids out there the other day. pocketing and walking on it and trying to lift up those pieces. And some of that one piece out there is about 450 pounds. So nobody wants to get hurt. So until we get an estimate of either repair or whatever.
Is that marble? Is that
That's a
marble?
shame.
Yep. Okay, I thought it was.
Yep. A lot
Of course,
of
we got some pieces from the other side that got hit, don't we?
Yeah,
From a couple
some
years
of those
ago.
left, yeah.
Really a shame.
So worst case, we had to equal out the ends by taking the ends
Well, we
off.
can take the other end off.
Yeah, and then
repair as we need it.
Yeah.
But that's with the insurance, so we'll have to look at that and see how to go forward on the fence at that time.
Yeah, good thing you didn't hit the statue.
Yeah.
And you're looking at about $105,000.
Yeah.
Because it's got some weird Italian name marble. A few years back, we had a gentleman that worked here. His name was Tim Williams. Him and I, he started a little bit after I did. We both applied for the job. I got it. One morning he stopped me. He says, "I want you to go in the office when you get in there, look across the street and see what you see, if there's anything different in the entrance." Okay, I went in here, looked out in the entrance. I didn't see anything different. Somebody had hit the statue of JC and spun it 3/4 of the way around. It was really lucky it didn't fall, but the way they hit it, and it was wintertime, there's water underneath it, and when you put water on the marble, it slides real easy. He just hit it, and you can see where they hit it, and it just spun it 3/4 of the way around. Of course, we fixed it and got it all straightened around, and that's why I know at the time, it was about $100,000 when I did some investigating into the cost of that. So I'm figuring 105 to maybe 115,000 for that statue now.
That's probably more than that.
And again, that entrance block has been there since 1958. That's when they put the entrance there. And it's marble. So that's the other thing. What Mr. Foreman said, we may have to do the ends off. Actually, there used to be flower beds that used to be on there out further until they widened Tilden Ave. We had to take the flower beds off for those because actually when they widened it, our flower beds were about a foot into Tilden Ave. That's when Mr. Fujihara was the guy in charge of it down at City Hall. So a couple of things we're going to have to may shorten it or may do something, but I will find out as we progress here, getting quotes on the stuff. The gentlemen that have been working here have done an excellent job for keeping up with the best they can for the grass and everything. We've had some mechanical problems. One of our new mowers is going in under warranty tomorrow actually, and we've just there for a while. Right before Memorial Day, we hadn't had any funerals to speak of for a while. And for 2 weeks before Memorial Day, we were having 1 or 2 every other day. So we got busy with that also. Any questions? I'm done.
No.
Well, if it comes worst case, we can't repair that. Maybe take it down on both sides, put like a column, and put a fence, like the black wrought iron fence in between them on each side. I mean, and then stockpile the rest of the marble just in case we ever need it again.
Sandbags.
Sandbags, yeah.
Airbags, they bounce off.
You gotta build a moat.
Well, we had one out here. Well, Swan Lake still has one.
Well, it was until yesterday. Now today again, it's probably back up again.
Is the entrance open out there?
They are now, I was telling Marianne, they are now starting to put the horses out down by us now. So it's still open at the present time. But they are moving down 20 further. So they've got the flashing lights and the sawhorses and whatever else. They put some lines out there by Black Road to help you turn if you need to get off Black Road there. But I figure before next meeting, they're gonna be down there pretty good.
Yep.
So it's up to you, but like they said a couple months ago, we just stay here until,
Project's done.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had decided to stay here through August, I think,
Yep.
right? But then we had also decided that when it gets dark out, like from November till February, that we were going to stay here. So we just
I
have a
didn't know
bridge. Yeah, we did. Remember that?
Right, exactly, yeah.
So we only have a bridge, then it'd be October we would be here, or be out there, and then we'd be back here again.
Come here till
Probably
further
oughta-
notice,
Yeah,
right?
we oughta,
Yep.
that's what we oughta do.
Come here till further notice,
Yeah.
right?
Everybody's close to this place.
Yeah.
Except Lonnie. Lonnie's
I
back.
could walk.
I'm not.
Lonnie.
We're not. Mark and I are not.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm easy.
All right. So there's no any more old business. Basically, just you said you're gonna hire a new person that starts Monday, correct?
He'll start Monday, young gentleman.
Okay.
And I've interviewed a half a dozen. I also went down to the personnel, and they were gonna give me some of their people that'd been interviewed by Park and Vector Control, that they turned them down. So there's no reason for me to
No.
interview those
Well,
people.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, so, and the ones I have come in, I just didn't think they fit our persona.
Right. If they can't run that really expensive piece of
Well, no,
equipment.
it's that and some other things, so.
Right.
And of course, that's the city council.
And they break more stuff than,
Right. And yeah,
I've been
then
trying to get.
And those machines, I was out there for several days cutting, and those machines are powerful. They're very heavy and they're big. And even though I use them many times, it's still, you gotta keep an eye on it. And plus it was really long. We used to be able to cut 6 sections a day plus, but because of the grass being so long at the time, I just barely made it through 3 sections, because you had to go back and forth so many times. But it will get caught up, and
World War I looks nice.
Hmm?
The World War I looks nice.
they were just in yesterday. They dropped off, some gentleman dropped off half a load of black dirt. They filled all the holes in.
But I'm just saying, what a major difference on how you can see everything now versus.
Well, that's theirs, entirely their circle.
But it just looks nice that you can
Yeah.
actually see everything.
And according to their new post commander, because Pittman's no longer the post commander,
Right.
he called the other day or talked to the foreman here and said that they want to get those aluminum posts in this fall.
All the flagpoles.
Yeah, they've been talking about that 4 years now, so
Yeah.
when they go up, they'll go up. But I just went on camera, I want to commend the employees that we've had here doing an exceptional job, going really up and beyond a call of keeping up, trying to keep you up with everything that's been going on. And they've done a really good job so far.
Well, that's nice to know. Yes.
I thought cemetery looked nice for Memorial Day.
Oh yeah, it looked really good.
Yeah.
We got it done.
Right.
And then they, like I said, they did the parade. I was very disappointed in the parade and everything else, because it just, nobody there anymore.
It's changed.
It's just, used to be, they would be 6 to 8 deep along the sidewalk here. You had a family here, go down a half a block, there'd be a family, because I was here Monday. And you go out there, there used to be, right after Desert Storm, we had close to 3,000 people out there that year.
It's just all changed.
Well, it's not only a change, it's the,
Well, the veterans aren't around either anymore. A lot of them.
I don't want to say anything, I got World War for saying.
World War I, World War II, there ain't nothing.
Yeah, World War II is going quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those are.
And Korea's not too far right behind them.
No.
But, and also, nothing against millennials. The new millennials don't have the same respect. I don't know if it's respect,
No.
the same thoughts for the veterans. When I was a kid, that was a big thing. I'd get my bicycle, put some baseball cards in the spokes, put some crepe paper on, go to the veterans, the thing. You did it, all of us, half a dozen kids from the west side. Now, they don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do anything. But that's like, you gotta be careful so I got in trouble that one time. Oh, and also we do have the entrance plaque by Jesus Christ. I think we've got it to the point where we can now put it up. I just got to find out how we should put it up there. I'm going to call the monument dealer and get his recommendation, whether it is, if he's got some kind of super epoxy or what he would recommend.
Okay.
And hopefully that'll be up there pretty soon.
We got something else they can look at.
Oh no, I had a call just yesterday about the sign. Honest to goodness, that's weird.
So was there any more old business? I guess that takes care of everything on the old business. How about new business? Any new business?
No new equipment?
Do I need some?
I don't know. Do we yet?
Greenwood now needs a new mausoleum.
I got the prints from that too, from 1989.
Right. Oh, we need some money.
Well, if you could have done it back.
Property.
Oh, we got it. It's already lined up. Section, you know where those hourglass are between section 12, 11, and 8. That was all drawn up years ago. We could put more in that section than we did in those new ones at Swan Lake.
All right, so who's going to go to the mayor and ask for how many thousands we need?
Now?
Yeah.
Thousands? No.
No, hundreds of
It
thousands.
starts with M.
Oh, millions, huh? Well, millions, well. Put that on a wish list, huh?
But our equipment is fine. We just took a tractor in up here for servicing. There was a couple small things. They're bringing it back tomorrow. They're both Kubota M59 loaders. They're a very strong, very heavy piece of equipment. We've had them both now for anywhere as about 7 and 5 years, so they're working very good. The lawnmowers at Swan Lake are a little bit older. We may have to replace those in a year or two. But other than
Those take a beating. I mean,
oh yeah, they're running.
Those riding lawnmowers take a heck of a
I'll
beating.
tell you what, when I was cutting, I took a beating. I wouldn't want to do that.
I noticed you lost about 20 pounds.
Did it?
Did you get it right out of you?
It's but everything else seems to be okay right at the present time. I go through it, and we on our quote wish list, which is not a wish list, but right now we're okay.
Okay.
Need people, and somehow one of our people got taken out of our budget last year, so I might have to put that back in. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, is there anything else we'd like to discuss?
On camera? No.
Okay. If there's nothing else, let's call the meeting adjourned.